Hi, I am Dr. Kimberly Metz, physical therapist. We are going to start with a nice, gentle warm-up. First, I like to start with shoulder circles at your own pace, trunk rotations, twisting. See if you can go a little bit further each time. Both directions, go at whatever pace feels good to you here. Bringing those elbows up, reaching out, stretching that chest while you do some more rotations. Next, we're going to go into an overhead reach. So stretching, extending the spine, reaching down and up. We're going to add to that with a hamstring stretch scoop. So reaching, alternating legs each side, and as you come up, you go back into that back extension. Go at your own pace here. Try to do a few each side. Pause if you'd like to spend a little bit more time in this movement. Okay, activating our hamstrings a little bit here with a nice slow butt kick. I'm not running here. This is just alternating stepping, bringing your heels towards your butts. We're waking up the hamstrings. Now a good morning. So this is a great stretch to the hamstring and activation of the hamstrings and glutes. It's always nice to wake up that posterior chain before we start strength training. Don't mind my little visitor here. She's usually hanging around while I do my exercises. Always nice to have a spotter. Okay, come on down to the floor. We're going to be doing bridging here. No weight needed, but if you do want to intensify this move, you can add a weight held over the top of your pelvis here. I'm going to be doing 12 repetitions here. You can aim for anywhere from 10 to 20, depending on how you feel. If you are not getting muscle fatigue, I would encourage you to pause the workout video so that you can add more repetitions. Okay, flipping over onto your belly are Superman back extensions. If you have a hard time laying flat on the hard surface like this, you can grab a pillow, a relatively flat pillow, and place it underneath your belly to give a little bit of more support to your low back. But we do want those arms overhead if possible, lifting the chest up off the floor. You do not need to worry about extending your neck or looking forward or up. While you do this, go ahead and take it nice and easy on your neck while you work on the back extension here. Again, anywhere 10 to 20 repetitions. I'm doing about 12. Okay, take a little breather, and we are going to stay down here and go right into push-ups. I'm going to demonstrate one standard push-up. Knees are off the floor, hands are directly under your armpits. Nice long plank position. One push-up right there. Now, I prefer to do push-ups modified on my knees, so I'm going to do my 12 repetitions just like that. Another modification, of course, would be to use something like that box I have behind me or a chair, anything elevated so that your hands are up on an elevated surface. Otherwise, if you're with me here, really engage that core, drawing it in to support the spine. Keep that nice long line while you complete your repetitions. If at any time you need to take a break, go for it and get right back into it. Next, we are coming up for a squat. I am demonstrating a chair or box squat where my backside just barely taps that surface of a chair. Now, if you are able to go deeper, I do encourage that deeper range of motion. It is great strength training. This, of course, is a highly functional activity. This is a motion that we do all day long, up and down off the toilet, up and down out of chairs, in and out of our car. This is a movement we need to be working on. You can always modify with shorter range of motion. You can intensify with adding weights. Next is a heel raise. I did a quick demo of using both legs. I would like you to challenge your balance, and strength by doing a single leg heel raise here. You can use light fingertips on a surface to steady yourself. You can keep that other toe down in a kickstand position. Try to challenge yourself with balance if you can, and working on raising up onto the tip of those toes each time. You'll see me wobble a little bit. That's normal. Just keep working through it. This will improve your balance and strength over time. Of course, you're going to want to switch sides. We'll do 12 repetitions on the other leg. You will notice a difference side to side with your balance and stability and strength, and that is also totally normal. If you wobble like I do, just reassess yourself, get right back into it, finish out those repetitions. Okay, next move is a little bit more complex. It is a pendulum lunge, so we are combining a forward lunge and a backward lunge. Give yourself room. You're lunging forward, coming up, and lunging back. I like to challenge my balance and not allow that foot to touch down in between, but of course you can take a small pause in between, allow those toes to tap in the center, and then switch direction again. So forward lunge and back. Ideally, you do want to be working on a long step forward and back. I am very lightly tapping my other knee on the ground just to ensure I am doing a nice deep lunge, but you can go lower range of motion if you need to. Work on progressing this. Again, it is a functional move. This type of exercise is super important. It helps us get up off the floor if we find ourselves down there. Do need to turn around or just switch legs. You don't have to turn around like I did. Make sure you do have space in the front and in the back. Again, challenging that balance if you can. Long step forward and back. This is not a normal length step like I'm walking. This is a lunge, so it's a big reach forward with that leg. I am doing 12 total, so one front combined with the backwards lunge is 1 repetition. So 12 total on each side. Next move, working the triceps, back of the arm. I am using this box. You can use a steady, stable chair. You can use the edge of your couch as long as that cushion's not too squishy. You can modify this by moving your feet closer for easier. Farther out will be harder. You want to keep your back side as close to that surface as you can, lowering your butt towards the floor and then pushing up. I like to get a little extra oomph at the very top of it where I press up, and then I'm kind of focusing on trying to push my shoulders down away from my ears. 12 repetitions here. Again, focusing on keeping the buttocks close to that chair or box. Great job. All right, back down to the floor. A little bit of core work here. I am going into a plank position. Again, hands positioned directly under those armpits. And this is an alternating knee pull. I am pulling that knee up toward my elbow, just a little bit aimed towards the outside of the arm. Alternating sides, trying to keep those hips nice and level. You will see I correct myself. When I look at my screen, I see my posture and my mechanics. So I am trying to correct myself. You can see my upper back is a little bit too rounded there. I'm going to try to flatten it out. I'm going to try to bring those hips down. You can see that I'm kind of arching a little bit, and I really do want to try to be in that plank position here, really engaging the core. Okay, next move is a side plank hip dip. Again, working on the core, but as we are supporting ourselves on the elbow, we are engaging shoulder stabilizers. We're kind of working a lot of things here. You can modify this by doing this on your knees. I am going to demonstrate with the full side plank outstretched. Basically, you form this side plank and then lower the hip towards the floor and lift it right back up. Hip dip. I am doing 12 repetitions each side. Your foot position can vary. With bare feet on a hard floor here, it's a little bit uncomfortable, I won't lie. Wearing shoes for this one's a little bit more comfortable. Putting one foot in front of the other gives you a little bit more stability, like shown here with my toes back behind. So it was hurting the outside of my foot a little bit, putting my body weight on that. Of course, if I had a longer yoga mat, that would probably solve the problem as well. So here a little bit, you can see I'm kind of tipped forward. This is not my best performance here. So do as I say, not as I do. Do your best with that motion. Finished, going into just a little bit of a cool down mobility. Take some nice deep breaths. Swivel those knees side to side, stretching the low back and hips. Opening the chest, reaching the arms, nice little side bend rotation. Again, deep breathing through this. You didn't use any equipment today, but you did work hard and work those muscles. So if this is your first time going through, take a minute here to cool down, use it as recovery, and I'd love for you to go through a second, maybe even a third round of this circuit. If it's your first time and you haven't worked out in a while, congratulations, pat yourself on your back. Maybe next time you can try to go through a couple more rounds. Take your time through this cool down. Hold those stretches a little bit longer if you'd like. You can pause the video or stop it and spend a little bit more time here playing around. Thanks and have a great day. Congratulations on getting a workout in.